I should have had the camera running about 5 seconds ago because I just lit myself up on this hot wire fence. Good thing there's no bloopers reel. What's up, guys? Brady Burks here at Pheasant Run Ranch. Our videos are finally about to get exciting. The sun is shining. We're finally going to break the 70s today. For north central Kansas, we've had a hard time even getting above 60 lately. And these next few videos that we launch are going to be spraying, planting, food plotting, working cattle. Our chickens are growing on pasture. Things are going to get exciting. Again, I've said before, we've been doing a little piddly things like servicing the swather, the baler, working on fence, and some people like to watch that stuff, but I know you guys, y'all want to see some green equipment running, and you're about to see it. Stay tuned. First things first here, remember we fenced this off and let these cows graze this little area here, and you can see where we went ahead and hay feeded them a couple of days. Well, we finished fencing off the rest of the back behind the house here, and we turned the cows out on it. One problem is this pasture divides two fields, so we're going to let the hot wire down here so the sprayer can come across, and then we'll have to let the hot wire down over there so that it can come across again, and then hang out there so that we can let the sprayer back through and then put the fence back up. The cows just did an amazing job doing what we wanted them to do. We really grubbed that off good. We got some trees we need to cut, but it's going to come back really nice here in the summer when the native grasses start growing. We let them go ahead and work on all that out there, and they're already coming and running thinking they're going to get some cubes or something. But doing a ton of meat deliveries. That's been eating up a lot of our time in a good way, but you know, like I've said in other videos, some things you probably just don't want to see me do over and over and over again, and everyone wants to watch big green machinery in the field. So we're out here now checking some alfalfa like we were talking about. It is go time around here. Just wanted to show you guys that other video where we drilled that alfalfa. Here's how it's turning out. Check it out. So we drilled it, you know, at this 45. And if you look out there, you can see those rows at a 45. And then we drilled it straight east-west right down the hatch here. So everything is pretty well. If you get up higher, you can see coming up, striping out. Pretty good. Pretty good. And this is kind of where water runs, so it doesn't look as good on camera. We were beans last year in this field, as you can tell, and that really helped keep the weeds back this year. Having a really clean field after beans. Real flat, good running field. But yeah, here's that alfalfa we drilled. Here's some just coming up like gangbusters here, man. Look at that. So, pretty cool. And this is with not really a lot of rain either. So, we get some good rains, get some warm days, we should be all right. If you look down this, you know, some of it is kind of thin. But in the thin spots, we've got some stuff trying. trying to come out there. We got an even smaller seed here coming out, just barely. Little guy. Alfalfa, really all you gotta do is scratch the ground and put the seed in. And some of these spots, when we drilled it, we may have just drilled it a hair too deep. Some of it may have gotten zapped by the cold rounds that we had. And some of it may have crusted in there with some of the lighter rains we had, but all in all, not horrible. Yeah, there's a little tiny guy starting there. So we still got some of these thin spots that'll fill in yet. So that was a new stand of alfalfa. Out here, we're in an existing stand of alfalfa. We're just a few weeks away from letting her eat. Pretty weedy, but that's to be expected on the first cutting. Like, really not bad at all. But what we've been fighting are bugs. Get down in here, you can see that some of these plants have really been chewed up. And that's not deer, turkey, or wildlife. Those are alfalfa weevils, aphids, bugs. Look at the holes through that plant. So we had another sprayer running today, spraying all of our alfalfa ground. So the big bug that we've been seeing quite often are, there goes a ladybug there, are aphids. And ladybugs actually prey on aphids. So seeing ladybugs and things out here, you know that you've got aphids out here. The birds out here eating those bugs. They like cool, dry weather, 50 and 60 degree days, dry, not a lot of heavy rains or light, anything. And that's exactly what we've been. We've been super cool. The first time we went through and sprayed them, we were a little late, because we thought we just had alfalfa coming out of dormancy because it'd been so cool. We thought, well, the alfalfa just hadn't quite come out of dormancy yet. And then after a quick crop scout, we noticed that we had aphids and bugs and we needed to spray. We went ahead and sprayed, but we have to spray again here now because we probably didn't catch all of the eggs. Anyway, the first time we sprayed, we didn't feel like we got a good enough control on them. The weather had been even colder than that 50 and 60 degrees, so we didn't think that it had brought them completely out, and our presumption was right. The alfalfa bounced back pretty good after that first spring, but we kept an eye on it, and we noticed here just toward the end of last week that we were seeing some predation on our alfalfa, and by now, that was the end of last week, today's Tuesday, it's already been able to show up to the naked eye. The damage. So once you have them, you need to get on them quick, which is why you need to be scouting crops often. The other problem with some of these bugs is that they leave a toxin behind. So even after you spray them, they leave a toxin behind that can wilt the plant, reduce tonnage. If your plant is reduced, your vigor is reduced, you're opening up the canopy, and then you're susceptible to weeds. So we're fortunate enough to have an agronomist that we went to K-State with, and you can call him and say, hey man, come out here and check it out for me. Hard to see, but there are bugs in here, man. Bugs all over.